is Amsafawi Falcon, and I'm gonna make an interview to a very important person. His name is Guillermo González Camarena. He born the 16th of February of 1917. He studied in the Instituto Politécnico Nacional. His area of study was the mechanic engineer and electric engineer. He worked in the XAWIM, the Channel 5, and Telesistemas Mexicanos. He was a very important member of Laboratory GONCAM. So, I will start with the first question. What was your discovery or invention most important or significant that you do? I have a lot of invention, but one of the most important that I do was the creation of a system for transmitting color television. I think that's very interesting. How do you get the television to have color? How do you make that system that transmit the color television? Well, in the most basic form, a color emission can be created by diffusing three black and white images, and each of the three primary colors in light: red, green, and blue. When this is played together in a rapid succession, these images are combined to produce full color images as viewed by the viewer. That's very interesting. I really don't understand it, but okay, let's pass to the next question. Why do you invent that? Was your investigation? Was a project? How do you do it, and why? What was the reason to do that? I was fixing a camera with some useless radio parts, and eventually I created a system to transmit the color in television. That's actually a very good luck. I don't. My objective was not to do that. I was actually doing other thing, but it was a very important invention, because with that invention we have one of the great technical change of the introduction of color in television transmission. What was the desire to conserve bright white potential and 3 times greater than in black and white standards, and not to use an excessive amount of radio spectrum. It's a very interesting thing about your invention. And now, tell me, this invention have a patent or something like that, or where do you register that invention? Well, yes, it actually have a patent. It's it was in a patent in United States in September of 1942. It was a very important patent, and it was the beginning for a new era for the TV. That changed everything about the way you see a movie, the way you film a movie, or things. Thanks so much. You answered all my questions in a very professional way, and thank you for your time, Mr. Guillermo González. It was actually a very interesting session of questions. Well, I'm gonna pass to my friend Enrique Ñañez Sanchez, so he can present you his interview. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Samir. Today, October 21, 2020, we have the pleasure of being able to interview a great astronomer and professor, Manuel Painberg Sierra. When and where you born? I was born on June 9, 1941 in Mexico City. Where do you teach? I am a professor at National Autonomous University of Mexico. Can you tell us something about your awards and your distinctions? I have the award from Mexican Academy of Science that was awarded to me in 1971 for the best research. And I also have the National Award from Science and Arts in the area of physical mathematics and natural science that was awarded to me in 1978. And I also have the Luis G. Leon Medal of Astronomical Society of Mexico. And I am also the only non-American scientist to win the Hans Pitt Award. Can you tell us about your contributions in chemistry? I study on an interstellar medium. In collaboration with other scientists, I determine the chemical composition of the gaseous ionized nebula and planetary nebula in our galaxy and other galaxies. As well, the abundance of primordial helium with implications for cosmology and particle physics. What is the application of your discovery? The application of my study is the chemical evolution of these systems on the universe as well, because I established that 23% of the existing mass in the universe is helium and 77% hydrogen. Could you tell us something you are proud about your incredible contributions to science? Of course, in my scientific career, which spans from 1960 to date, we published more than 198 original research papers which have obtained around 11,000 citations in the international scientific literature, and I also published research articles with more than 100 collaborators, of which more than 40 have been young researchers, both from the Astronomy Institute of the UNAM and from the other parts of the world.
Thank you, Enrique. Well, I'm José Antonio González Martinez, and I'm going to be presenting you our last but not less important chemistry, Leopoldo Río de la Loza, a very important Mexican chemistry born in the 6th of November of 1807. Hi. Hi. We are glad to have you here. Thank you. I'm also glad for being here. Okay, Leopoldo, tell me, where do you study? In the college San Ildefonso, amazing teachers there, and a very good Catholic school. Thank you. But then, what you studied and why? Medical chemistry, because our health is the most important part of our lives. And that's what motivated me for studying that. Well, that's amazing. You have made a lot of contributions for chemistry. Can you tell us your most important or your better contribution or discovery in chemistry? First of all, thank you. And second, well, I think the oxygen synthesis in laboratories. That's amazing. Can you tell us how that works or what does that mean? I actually help represent graphically the oxygen better and do a more complete investigation of the oxygen element. Well, actually, that's impressive. Do you ever had a recognition for your discoveries? Yes, actually, an avenue in Colonia Doctores is called Doctor Río de la Loza. Thank you very much, Leopoldo. Well, I think that's all. I'm José Antonio González Martinez, and remember, you can put Mexican flag in the top of the world if you work hard. Thank you.